Welcome to Crossing Cultures, the podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Crossing cultures, making changes, and new ranges, crossing cultures.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Crossing
Crossing
Cultures, the
Cultures.
podcast that is based here in Qatar. I am Keisha, your host, and it's an honor to have my guest today. Okay, so today I am joined by three of my friends based here in Qatar, and it's such an honor for you guys to agree to jump on the podcast. Finally, we did try to do this in, I think it was January, and then obviously we had the conflict, so we had to move everything back. And now we're in June. It's taken a little while, but we're here. So I'm going to do my quick introductions, and the ladies will just give a short, brief overview of their time here in Qatar. So I'll start off with Ashley. Thank you.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. You?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
How long you been in Qatar for?
So I've been in Qatar for 7 years. I was here for 4 years initially, and then I left due to COVID, and then I came back and I've been here for 3 years.
Okay, and you're happy that you're back?
I'm happy.
Yeah, and we're happy that you're back.
Thank you.
Because when you left, it's like, oh man,
I know.
we've lost Ashley, and then she's come back. So it's been really great having you back here.
Thank
It makes such a
you.
difference to our group.
Yeah.
And my next guest is Lauren. Thank you, Lauren. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
And how long you been in Qatar for?
4 years. Be 4
Right.
years coming up.
Okay. Would you worked before?
Before coming to Qatar, I was a social worker. Now I'm a school counsellor.
Excellent. Fantastic. And Karen.
Hi.
How long you been in Qatar for?
I've been in Qatar for about 3.5 years,
Yeah.
I'd say. So yeah, I was in the UAE before, and then I moved to Qatar, and I'm enjoying my time here.
Yeah, excellent. And we're all from London, right?
Yeah.
We're all from London. And it's amazing because like when Lauren and I had a conversation, we just realized that we are like 15 minutes down the road from each other.
Yeah.
Where are you based again?
I'm South London.
So you're South London and South
yeah.
London,
Yeah.
but we probably would never, maybe we've been in the
paths.
same places, but obviously, you know, to find each other all in Qatar is crazy.
It is crazy because me and Lauren knew each other before.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you both didn't know that you were in
No.
Qatar.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, that's crazy. Oh, wicked. Okay, so I'm going to fire off with some questions just as a warm up. So my first question is Karak or English British tea?
Carrot.
English.
Karak.
Oh, really? I'm a tea
Yes,
girl.
Karak.
I'm British tea girl all day long. Right, East London or South London?
South London.
South London.
South.
South. Do you know what? I obviously love South London because I'm from South London, but back in the day, I used to be in East London all the time. Most of the best events were in East London back in the day,
Yeah,
but I wouldn't go there
that's
now.
true.
I wouldn't go there now. One thing that London does better than Qatar,
Put on a good rave.
Yeah.
Yes, nightlife.
Yeah.
Best night
nightlife.
out.
Yeah,
What
like
is
you-
it about the nightlife that you think is different?
It's the music.
It's
Yeah.
the music, is the vibe, and you know that you're gonna have the best time, and you're gonna be broke up the next day. You'll be in bed drinking water till whenever. But
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
home.
And even
Okay.
the sounds, I don't know, there's just a different sound when you go out in the UK compared to over here. I don't know if it's the sound system or whatever, but it just sounds different and it just feels
Yeah, I
different.
think it's the culture, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the difference is that you're around people that have been through different genres of music as you have. So there's just a difference of, you're going to hear the songs that will take you back to the 90s and whatever.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on that one. What would you say that Qatar does better?
They look after their people. They look after their people, and not only that, the cleanliness. Cannot compare. London's dusty. and
I
it's dirty.
100% agree with the cleanliness. You know, when we go back in the summer, I'm constantly like, oh, on the tubes, on the trains, even just walking down the street. But I think that Qatar just provides us with better socials, better life, and it isn't as expensive as it would be back home. Like I can say in the 4 years I've been here, I've done more than I think I did in 10 years of my life back home. And it just comes so easy without breaking the bank.
I would say the feeling of safety here. Like I always feel safe no matter what time I'm out, wherever I go. That element of safety that you have here, you don't get that back home. So that's what I really enjoy, having that peace of mind.
Yeah. It's like you always know when you're home, right? The minute
Yes.
you land, it's like,
You're conscious.
I'm back home.
Yes.
There's no one that's going to help you with your luggage.
Right.
Even the Uber drivers,
Yeah.
just the Uber drivers in London, just about help you with your suitcase.
Yeah.
Here, they will carry your suitcase to your door, even if it's flights up. They will, if you, they will do that for you. The hospitality here is just on another level.
Yeah.
Yes.
Completely another level.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
thing that's interesting, I went home in the Eid during the conflict. And when I got home, I missed being in Qatar, which was weird because all the stuff was happening. But I still was like, oh, I want to go back. I'm done with this. I'm looking out the window. The garden just looks disgusting. The weather's rubbish. I'm like, bring me back to Qatar, man. I'll deal with a few missiles. You know? So it is completely different. What has Qatar taught you about life?
Yeah. I think that it's just made me know myself better. I didn't come here as a spring chicken, so I thought I knew myself. But there's just been so many things that make you reflect more because you're not constantly watching the time or the weather. You have more time, like you would do back home. You have just more time to know yourself and develop. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Karen?
For me, I would say I don't feel that I have to work to live. I feel like I can enjoy the money that I earn. I feel like I can go to different places. I don't have to worry about bills and different things. There's so much more that you can do here rather than just being at home watching Sky or in the shopping center. You can go out, you can go to the beach, you can go to the pool, you can go to different entertainment that Qatar puts on, exhibitions. There's just so much more that you can do here than you can do back home. So I feel that freedom, having that financial freedom to be able to enjoy your money that you earn is one of the highlights of me being in this country.
Ashley?
So Qatar's taught me that life is precious, life is short. It's taught me so much more about myself, that I'm resilient. I'm it's just put everything into perspective that I love being here. I love growing, meeting new people, and
Do you enjoy your own company more?
yes, I do.
Yeah, because I didn't until I got here, until I was forced to. And COVID forced me to do that
Yeah.
because I had no option. So I really had to find new things to keep me busy and stuff like that. But I definitely feel that now I'm okay in my own space. And that's what I think I've learned from it, So yeah, it's done good for us. What's the most British thing you still do in Qatar?
For me, I think it's that I complain about the weather. So I complain that it's too hot. I complain that it's too cold. You can't win.
Yeah. What do you feel, Lauren?
Probably still drinking tea.
Yeah.
A good cup of tea.
Yeah, I agree with Lauren. Something's wrong, have a cup of tea. Feeling
Yeah.
a bit sick, have a cup of tea. Just go back to that cup of tea thing. So yeah, that's the most British
I
thing.
think it's changed as well because our Monday is a Sunday. It's the Sunday dinner. Because that used to be a thing back
Good
home, right?
Sunday
Sunday
roast.
dinner.
Yeah.
Like you coming up for Sunday dinner. And I actually forget that it's like our Saturday is our Sunday.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm just like, I'll be in the mall or that tradition that I think I had back home is kind of gone a little bit
Yeah.
until I get back home. So that's one thing I would say that I don't still do. That's British. And what food from home do you miss the most?
A good Caribbean.
Yep.
innit?
Definitely
just
West
go into
Indian
the shop.
food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it being easy, it's just up
Just
the road.
it's up
Yeah.
the road.
Yeah,
It's everywhere.
yeah.
I 100% was going to say that. I miss a good patty. Like the variety, you get the different flavors.
The bun.
The bun, the plantain from the shop down the road.
Yeah.
But my biggest thing is a good apple crumble. Like I think I've tried apple crumbles out here and I'm sorry.
Custard.
It's not the same. I think it's the cooking apple. I don't know,
Okay.
but I just miss a good apple crumble.
Yeah. I do miss custard. It's really hard to get custard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I miss. Yeah. And fish and chips.
Yep.
Which I don't really do a lot of when I go home anyway, but I
No.
know if I wanted to, I can get
You
it.
can get it. That's
You
right.
know, doner and kebab. I don't really do that much though, but if I wanted to, you can get a good one at home. A good greasy kebab. Yeah. Okay, so why did you move to Qatar? Because obviously, Karen, you were in, where was you
UAE.
before? You was in
So
the UAE
Dubai
before.
and Abu Dhabi. Basically, just for the living, the lifestyle. When you have children, you want them to have the best. You want them to go to the best schools. You want them to live in a place where it's safe for them. So moving from London to Dubai and then on to Abu Dhabi, and finally here we are in Qatar, it was just the best move. And I feel like they have a wider perception of the world. So they will look at university and think, I could go to the States, or I could go to the UK, or I could go to Malaysia. They have such broad horizons now from us being here. And we've been able to provide them with such a wonderful life, you know, beach on the weekend, or, you know, whatever it might be, going out for meals. We're able to do that here. So yeah, I think that's the biggest benefit of being out here in the Middle East.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. And Lauren?
I would say lifestyle. Life just got quite boring back home, and I always kind of felt like I wanted to do more. And having been a social worker in the UK, I wanted to work with different types of young people and actually push myself as a professional. As much as I love my kids back home, it was nice for me to think, okay, maybe let me try a culture or a country. So that was why I moved. But when I applied for Qatar, I don't even really remember applying for the job. And when I got the interview, I thought Qatar was in the UAE. And then I was like, where's Qatar? And then obviously did my research, and I had missed the World Cup stuff. I'm not really into football like that. So then it kind of all made sense. I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to Qatar.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think a lot of people knew about Qatar, to be honest with you.
No.
I used to pronounce it incorrectly because, like, yeah, and I sort of I used to call the nationals, the locals, Qatarian, because I didn't know how you would say Qatari. I just didn't know, you know, just there was so much limited information about the country and the culture and stuff like that. But when I landed in Qatar for the first time, I was like, hello, yes, this is the place for me, 100%. And obviously, Ashley, you've experienced Qatar before, went home, then came back again. So your questions, I think my question to you should be slightly different. Why did you come back to Qatar?
Yeah. So the reason why I came back is because I couldn't do London anymore. The weather, the people, they're miserable. Everyone's in a rush. So I just came back because I felt like my chapter wasn't over when I'd left. I left because of COVID. So that forced me to go back and be home with my family.
Yeah.
But, you know, my family was fine. They don't need me anymore. So
Yeah,
so I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, brilliant. Okay, so my next question is, what is the biggest myth about expat life, Lauren?
That it's like Dubai bling. You know, I think people think when you live abroad that you're living great. And yes, we are living great, but we still have to work. We still have to wash our clothes. We still have to cook, clean. You know, we still have to. Yeah.
Because there's someone for every service.
There is. But I think people just think we walk around the beach in bikinis and go out for dinner all the time. But when you're in a country for as long as we've been, it becomes home. So you have to then maneuver yourself to the normal things that normal people do, Sunday to Thursday and so forth. So I think people just think that it's money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Everybody thinks you're out here living lavish.
Yeah.
Like you don't still have bills to pay and work to go to and stuff like that. So from my side, I feel like inviting people to come out and just see how you do live day to day. You know, they're on holiday, but they obviously get to experience how you live. Sort of shows them that, yeah, we're not out here just driving around in Lamborghinis or eating in the most top-notch hotels and, you know, stuff like that. It's just for them to get an understanding. But I guess that perception comes from, you know, Dubai. It was the honeymoon destination in the beginning, wasn't it? Everybody used to go there after they got married and they'd stay in the top hotels. And so it's just changing that. I think people are becoming more aware now the war's happened of the country, like what's happening. So it's that changing that perception, I think, is the biggest thing.
Yeah, I agree. So Ashley, what is the myth about expat life?
Okay, so with expat life, people think that it's just sunshine, living lavish, traveling. But the reality is, you know, you have your good days, you have your bad days, and you still have to get on with things.
I'm glad that you said that, actually, because I think that the perception that we all are guilty of is that we always post the really good experiences, you know, because that's what social media is about. And I think also posting the bad things is not really welcomed as a professional. You know, our sponsorships are from the companies that we work for. So we've got to be really careful about what we mention and share online. That's why someone said to me once, you know what, your podcast would be really big, you know, if you got a little bit more gritty and got more controversial. And I was like, oh, you don't think I want to do that? But do you also believe that I want to keep my sponsorship and keep my job? It's not worth it.
Yeah.
You know, so there's lots of things that we want to talk about that we can't. So also the myth is freedom of speech.
Yes.
It's not as bad as people believe. And also a lot of the myths that were happening around the World Cup, around women's rights and etc. It's not like that. You know, in fact, when you are a woman and you're queuing up in government places, you go in front, or there's a separate queue for women, you know. So the myth is we are working hard, long hours. We get up very early in the morning. I think that's the only thing I struggle with is the early starts. So it's not all beach life, brunches, hotels. You know, we do have to adjust and make it home and make it reality as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with that. When did Qatar start feeling like home? When would you say, Karen?
Me, I've always felt at home in the Middle East, to be honest. From when I moved here, I've always felt at home. So regardless whether I was in Dubai or Abu Dhabi or even coming to Qatar, it always felt like home. I think this is just the place for me. This is where I am at my best. This is where I can grow, develop, progress. So yeah, this is home. It's always going to be home. Obviously, one day I may choose to go back to the UK. When that is, I have no idea. But for now, I'm content and I'm happy.
Yeah,
And I'm proud to call this place home.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, Lauren, when does it feel like home for you? Does it feel like home? That should be the question. Does Qatar feel like home?
It does. Yeah, it does feel like home. I'm just trying to think when I kind of might have realized it was home. Probably when I felt more balanced in my job role, my new job role, when I had a good social life, when I could buy certain things in the supermarket and it's from home or it's something familiar. And I think just like buying clothes from Shein and
When you
hair
met me,
products and stuff, you know,
Yeah.
like I know it sounds silly, but I just, when I first came here, I remember just being like, what have I done? What have I done? Because I didn't have my comforts or the things that I was used to. And slowly but surely I have been able to just feel a bit more secure in just those things. So maybe 2 years in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think we struggled with the exchange rates as well. I did for a while.
Yeah.
I was there spending too much money. I
Yeah.
wasn't realizing I wasn't exchanging it correctly. You know, so I had to get used to that, budget in, sending money home. But yeah, it does feel like home now.
Yeah.
Can't lie. And I think also having, when you said Shein, I laughed about it, but I said, no, I get you. Because when I was going home, I was ordering loads of stuff off Amazon because I couldn't get it here.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
when
bringing it
you
back.
could get orders from like Temu, I'm like, oh, I can get my stuff from there now. Little
Exactly.
basic things. I didn't feel like I had to pack everything and be overweight and spend that extra money coming back in. So I agree with you.
I'd like to add as well, Keisha,
Yeah.
like one of the biggest things has to be the community that you build. That plays a big part. If you have a big, strong community around you, it makes it feel like home because you can feel so isolated and alone out here. But just having like the community that we have built, it's like a godsend. You know, you can just pick up that phone and call somebody
Yeah.
or text somebody and, you know, they're going to be there for you and you're going to be there for them. So community is a big, big thing. If you do move to another country, I feel like you have to kind of find that group of people that you can be with and build those strong connections. And friends do become family. That's how I look at it. And I'm really grateful for that as well. Just the big community that we have here and how strong it is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Okay.
I know what it's like when you first move
Yeah.
and then you don't know anybody.
No,
You
it's
have to
true.
find your feet and then you start making friends here, there and everywhere. But I just feel like since I've come to Qatar and I've met like all of you guys, it's a different feeling. Like I've had different communities and I still have my communities back in the UAE, but this community I have here is different. It's very strong and everybody's so supportive of each other,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So-
It doesn't seem like fake friendships.
No.
Yeah. I
And you
get
know, we're here and even when we all go back to the UK, we still meet up with each other. We
Yeah,
still
keep in
see each other.
contact,
So it's
yeah.
like, yeah, just,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
because I'm glad that you said it, because the friendships are very valuable here.
Yes.
They are very different to the friendships that you have at home, because you've got the mileage is different.
Yes, right.
You know, and one thing I will say though, I feel that sometimes we don't get into deep enough conversations with each other. Like, I'm embarrassed to say, I don't even know if you have siblings. Do you have siblings?
Yes.
Right, I didn't know that. So we don't sometimes sit down and be like, right, what's your family background, and you know, what's your relationships like with your parents and stuff like that. And I think that's really important, because if there was an emergency that happened, I don't know who I'm contacting. That is your people back home. So we all know Rosa. Rosa had a habit of, all of you guys send your emergency numbers, because you can't rely on work to have all that information, but your people here, your community, don't have your emergency numbers. So I think that's something that we can probably all do better, that at least 2 people have emergency contact numbers for you guys, for each of us. So that's the only thing. How many siblings do you have?
1
Sister or brother?
sister,
Older or younger?
older.
Really? Has she been here?
No.
Right. Sorry
Half
to put you on the
sister,
spot.
though,
I'm just
from my
like,
dad.
because you guys all know I have my sister and I
Yeah.
have 2 brothers from my dad's side. But yeah, Lauren, do you have siblings?
I do. I have a sister.
Oh yeah, you have a sister who's in Abu
teaches
Dhabi.
in
Yeah.
Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
So actually, she moved out the same time I moved out.
Right.
So that was nice. She stresses me out though. And I have a brother. He's younger.
Right.
So they're both younger. I'm the oldest.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about yourself, Karen?
Just an older brother.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm so embarrassed to
Yeah.
say that I did not know a lot of that. I know about your sister,
Yeah.
but I didn't know anything else. So
Yeah.
So that's the only, we need to have more deeper conversations, clearly. Does it feel like home? Or does it feel like you're on like an extended holiday?
It feels like I'm in a extended holiday. But I don't know, it's a bit weird because it doesn't feel like I'm passing through. It does feel like home, but I know that I've also got home back home.
Yeah.
And I know with like our jobs, you can get terminated at any given time. So I would love to call Qatar my home, but
It's like treading on eggshells a
Yeah.
little bit sometimes,
Yeah.
right? It's like, if
Yeah.
I do one wrong move, that's it. In the UK, you know that you can do stuff.
Yeah.
You can say stuff at your workplace. It's like no one's going to get rid of you because there's a process.
yeah.
You know, if you make a complaint, you know that you're safe. There's a process. There's HR. So I get what you're saying. And even like decorating your spaces, it's like, I don't want to spend too much money because I don't know if I'm going to be here for another year, another 2 years. And that could be the blockage of it, not feeling completely like home and dropping your guard down completely. So I get that too.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I understand that. Has living abroad changed who you are?
I don't know, because I just keep adding kids to my family. So as you know, I'm a mum of 6.
Yeah.
And so I think it's changed me for the better. I feel like if I was still living in the UK, I'd still be in that same rat race. I'd still be running with the same people. You know, I'd still be living in the same house. I just feel like I wouldn't have grown as much as I have since I've been in Qatar, because obviously you do focus and reflect on yourself and you think, while I'm here and I've got the money to do it, why not, you know, do extra courses or go and do that. I don't know, anything that you wanted to do. Like you're able to do that and it kind of build yourself and expand, and even like wealth as well, like knowing that I'm here, I'm earning this money, let me set some aside or invest in property or do whatever it might be for my future. I feel like being here has helped me work towards having a better future. If that makes sense.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. What would you say, Lauren?
I don't think I've changed. I think I'm still the same. But I know myself a bit more. I think when you're faced with challenges that you didn't see coming, or you just think doesn't make any sense and you're powerless to it, I think it makes you reflect more, and you have to ground yourself. You know, you got to dig deep. You really got to push through and just survive. So I think just being more resilient in capital letters.
Yeah, yeah. And obviously with your role changing, what did you prefer, social work or counselling?
So I was a social worker for local authority for a couple of years, quite a few years. And then my last job before here was I was in a school. And I loved that job. That job was great. You know, I was involved in a lot of things. I got to know a lot of young people and their extended family, but I was working myself into the ground. Then when moving to Qatar to become a counsellor, I kind of had to undo some of my professional ways because social work and counselling are two different things. Social work is more like, right, what do you need to do? This is the issue. This is how we overcome. We'll do this, that, and this. Whereas with counselling, it's more talking and reflecting and thinking. So you've got to teach people skills and how to think to help themselves. So that was hard because I'm a doer. Like, got a problem? All right, let's sort it. So I think over time I've combined it both, and I'm more able now to just sit and listen, which is good. And I can digest information really quickly. So it's even better. So yeah, I just adapted.
Yeah. Do you think you'd ever go back to social work? That means no.
I don't
That
see
was
her
like
going
pain.
back
I
to
was like, no.
social work. I don't.
Touching on what Ashley said earlier about going back, or Karen said about going back to the UK, it frightens me to go back to the UK because social work isn't like how it was when I did it. And, you know, the way the world's moving and the lack of resources and the services and funding is chaos. So when I go back to the UK, I actually don't know what my job will be. I think I might go back into school counselling because that's quite nice. But as for local authority, no. So I'm going to be on further of a journey because I don't know what my next career path will be. I like the idea of coaching. Yeah, I haven't got that far yet.
Yeah.
I'm the same as Lauren, though. I don't think if I moved back to England, I'd go into education.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd want to teach.
Yeah.
That's because I know I've picked up bad habits since being here, if I'm honest. So I don't know what I would do next. Don't know what field I go into. I know I'd
Yeah.
keep that kind of education, but how I would use my teaching skills, I don't know what I would do to do that. So, yeah.
Guys, give me another idea actually, because there is somebody that I've been following on social media. She's in HR, but she teaches teachers how to pivot out of education.
Yes, I've seen
I don't know
her.
if you've seen her.
Yes.
Yeah, I really wanted her to jump online and have a conversation because I think we all kind of need to know what our options are so we can start working towards them. Yeah, just being prepared for anything, any possibility. You know, do you think you changed, Ashley?
I don't know. I think I have changed. I've become more resilient. I've become more. I love my own company, and I think since being out here, I think I've loved it so much that I'm a bit of a loner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand that. Yeah, I'm a little bit like that.
But I
too.
love it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm unapologetic about that. I love
Yeah.
my space. I don't care.
Um,
Okay, so what would you tell yourself before moving? Because everybody has their own experience about this journey. And I think on the surface level, yes, it's great, but there's been some challenges and you're not going to know everything until you get here, until you know what kind of school you're going to work in. That's when you're really going to get the full experience of what it feels like. All of us are in education. You're all primary, secondary.
Early
I'm whole school.
Your whole school.
Early years.
Early years.
Early years.
I'm secondary. So, you know, we've all got different experiences based on the year groups that we work with as well. And I keep saying to people, like, always do your research on the company and the school that you're going to apply for and the ones that you're going to say yes to. It is a great experience, but if you say yes to the wrong company, it is going to be really challenging experience, regardless of the setting and the beaches and the brunches. You spend most of your time at work. So that needs to be the right place for you. So, so Lauren, what would you tell yourself before moving here?
Just that I've got it, you know, like you'll be fine. It will be tough. It will also be equally fun and you'll meet some amazing people. But don't forget yourself and don't get lost in life. Because, you know, as humans, we do some of us, most of us, will shift to the negatives of things or feel trapped. But actually, we need to ground ourselves and take a moment, pause, and just see what is around us, the support, the friendships, the positives, because the positives is what gives us the strength to keep going. So just that you'd be fine, Lauren. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Karen?
I would definitely say do your research. Don't come out here blindly. You know, if you can visit before you come. You know, even do your interview at the school if you're able to set that up while you're out here, because it's a big move. And I think a lot of people, they move out here and reality hits them. So, you know, what we generally tend to see is people will move out here in the August to start teaching. By December, they're gone. And that's a trend that's out here. So it definitely is, yes, you know, you've come out here, do what you need to do, but just make sure you research, you know, find your where you want to be, try and find friendship groups, join groups, speak to people, and then make your decision, because it can be such a big waste of time and leave a bad taste in your mouth. And, you know, you can be really successful out here if you do it the right way.
And without being too controversial, what do you think some of the issues are that makes one school really good compared to a school that is struggling a little bit?
I definitely think it depends on the school and maybe the school's ethos, the values that they have,
And upholding them.
workplace friendships. Yeah, I definitely
Leadership.
think, leadership, all those things in a school can affect the way that you live, the work, how you work, how you feel. So
Yeah.
you have to be very careful.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. And what would you say for yourself?
That everything will be okay.
Yeah.
Everyone's going through the same journey. So as the lady said, finding your friendship group, building that community, and just trying to enjoy every moment of it, because you're doing something different to what you'll be doing back home.
Yeah.
So regardless of whether you come in the August and you leave in the December, that's still something that the person should be proud of,
Yeah.
because
You've done it.
not a lot of people do that.
Yeah. And sometimes it's better to try it than to regret not trying it, you know, because it was a very scary experience, you know, doing your medicals and waiting for that to come back. You know, nothing is really final until you get your flight ticket booked and you're like, I'm definitely going. And then even when you do get here, there's another medical. They got to do their own medical. So you're like, oh my God, I've got to go through that again. You know, because there has been stories where some people have failed a medical and they get here and they've got to go home.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, it's really nerve wracking, but the trade-off is worth it.
And keep an open mind.
Yeah.
Like, leave any expectations you had behind and just come with a fresh mind.
Yeah.
And fresh eyes.
Yeah, definitely. So I think I'm going to direct this question at Lauren, actually. Why are relationships so important for well-being as the counsellor?
Relationships are important for well-being because it's an added extension to you as a person. So we all have skills, good and bad. So we all have different hobbies. You know, some will go to the gym, some will go for walks, some will, I don't know, roller skate. But having extensions of that grounds us, keeps us strong in the midst of things when challenges are faced. So, like, I can say the friendships that I have made since I've been here, some, are the best. You know, I feel like everyone in my circle is genuine to me. They're genuine people. They're not out here looking at how much I'm getting paid or what car am I driving or what designer bag did I buy here, blah. And those are the people that I personally need in my life. I don't need to constantly be in competition. That's not what my purpose in life is. And, you know, I don't always see them all the time. And I know I spend a lot of time at home for reasons. But I know if I pick up the phone and call Ashley or you or Karen, or Karen's on the phone all the time, it just boosts my mood. Like, I can be in a funk and then I'm laughing about something. So I think I'm personally grateful for my friendships and the support that's around me. I think my personal issue is that I don't always reach out. You know, I'm the eldest sibling. I'm the counselor. Everyone comes to me, and I need to get better at coming to people and saying, look, I am not coping. I just need you to listen. I just need to cry and have a coffee or a tea or whatever. So
Bless you. And Karen, what would you say to that?
It's important because everybody needs that one person that you can rely on, that one person you can talk to, and have no fear about what you're telling them. They're going to give you advice. They're going to give you support. So I think it's integral that you have those friendships in your life. I don't think I could manage half the time if I wasn't able to just ring Lauren and just get things off my chest, or just shout at her down the phone. She doesn't take offense. She just hang up the phone and she'll call me back later and say, "You okay now? You done?" So yeah, it enriches your life to have those relationships and those friendships.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And Ashley?
Relationships are important for my well-being because I won't feel so isolated, even though I like being alone. It's always nice to reach out.
Yeah.
Do you want to go here? Let's do something. And I just think as well, if I didn't have that, I would feel unhappy, and it's about my mental well-being here and my emotional well-being. So,
Go for it.
also, there's a lot of us that come here alone without knowing anybody, and we don't have our parents, our grandparents, our cousins, our friends from college, uni, high school. We don't have that. So, we need people. We need that extension. And for those that do have kids and have families, having a friend is an extension or a getaway from that life.
Yeah.
Where they can be themselves and they're not just mom or dad. You're the person before you had kids, before you got married. So yeah, it's really important. It's really, really important.
Okay. And my last question is, what is the biggest sacrifice you've had to make being settled here in Qatar for so long?
I think just family.
Yeah.
Not having that family you grew up with there and around you. You leave them behind and you move on. And I think if you could take your family and bring them here with you and have everybody that you had as a child, as a teenager, and have that family network behind you, you'd feel so much better. You'd feel even more happier. But yeah, I think the biggest sacrifice is just knowing that you've left that life behind and now you're moving on to something new, and not everybody can come along with you on that journey.
Yeah. What would you say, Lauren?
I think time. I think about my parents. Every time I speak to them, it's like they've aged, and I'm like, oh no, I'm missing out. When you hear about, I don't know, hospital appointments, and you think I'm not there. Also, my friends, when I left, my group of friends all were on their first child. Now they're on their third child. You don't see the pregnancy bump, or it's just like time runs so quick and you're not there. They're having the baby showers and the weddings or the family gatherings without you because you can't be there. We can't fly to the UK and come back. So it's just the time, like the sacrifice in time, because I feel time here runs slow sometimes. I mean, this year ran fast. But then you go back and you just see how much has changed and you think.
Do you feel guilty though?
No.
Okay, that's good then.
No, I don't feel guilty.
I do feel guilty sometimes when I see, somebody's got married maybe and I couldn't go to the wedding, and then they've had a baby, and I do feel like, if I was there, I would have gone and I would have supported them. And I feel sometimes you feel that they feel the distance between you and them, if that makes sense. So I do feel guilty about that I wish I could be more present for those important moments. But it's not physically possible. You can't, like Lauren said, you can't fly back and forth. And so you just get those pockets of time that you have to spend as much time as possible with those people, and then
make it
you
count.
come back.
Yeah,
you make
so
it
it's
count.
quality time.
It's quality time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. What do you think about your sacrifices, Ashley?
I think that I've sacrificed a lot. Like, for example, as the lady said, like family, spending time with family, also relationships as well. Like I find that being here, it's not genuine, it's not it's quite hard to find a partner here. So when I have found people back home, it's like I don't want to now sacrifice going back home to make that relationship work because I don't want to go
it's like
back
a
home.
whole nother conversation.
Yes,
That is.
Yeah.
it definitely is.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I would add to that. You know, I was dating someone that was in the UK,
Yeah.
and the sacrifice was the traveling and the distance and the time that you miss out on. But I tell you something: when something is worth it and you're
Yeah.
ready,
Yeah,
you will
You'll
go.
know.
you'll do it. Yeah.
You have to be ready because, and for me, I was not going to leave to be someone's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like there needs to be plans for a wedding, engagement,
Yes.
some form of commitment from
Yeah.
them in order for you to give up everything that you have here.
That's right.
So in fact, I think what it does, it makes you slow down because I think if you were home, it'd be too easy to jump to the next stage.
Yeah.
Here, it means that you have to be really intentional
Yeah.
about what you're doing next.
Yeah.
So I think that is important. And I think everyone who's single here that meets somebody in a different country has to make that sacrifice. And then if you meet someone here, that person most likely is hardly ever going to be from London. They're most likely going to be from America. So you have to make a decision of when they leave, are you leaving with them or are you staying here? But
Yeah.
never leave as a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No way. So thanks for that transparency. It's important. It's reality. It's real.
It is.
It's real, you know? So yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay. Right, we've come to the end of the questions and the podcast episode. So thank you, ladies. I know we've been trying to do this for a minute now, but we've done it. So thank you so much. I know that people will find the information really valuable and they will find it relatable as well. So I appreciate you all. And thank you for your friendship. Appreciate you.
Thank you for your
Seriously.
community. Thank you.
Appreciate you. And also, like, just to share with you guys, first time I'm sharing this on camera, there is a Crossing Culture magazine, digital magazine coming out soon. So it's called Stories Behind Cultures. So I will give you guys more information on that. I
Big
have been
up
working
you.
on that in
Well
the
done,
background.
Keisha.
Well done,
Always
Keisha.
there to
Thank
support
you.
you. Keisha.
Always there.
Always.
Appreciate you. Oh, bless you guys. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Crossing Cultures. And take care of yourself and take care of each other. And stay tuned for the next episode. Take care of yourselves, guys. Thank you for
And new
listening.
ranges, crossing cultures. Crossing cultures. Crossing cultures.